Let us start with the topic of photosynthesis, which will be completed in a few lectures. Now, what is photosynthesis? Photo, which means light, synthesis, which means manufacture or production. So, with the help of light, synthesis or production of food, that is glucose, is known as photosynthesis. Now, all animals, in fact, including humans, are dependent upon plants for their food. And plants, they are the only organisms in this biosphere who have the ability to prepare their own food. Now, when we say preparation of food, basically, what is it? It is energy. Now, there is only one source of energy, that is the sunlight. Now, that light energy is converted to a form which the animals can utilize, can use. That the mechanism through which this conversion takes place is known as photosynthesis. So, in this lecture series, we will be learning in details how this event happens. Whenever you see a plant, be it a very tiny herb, a weed plant, even in it, photosynthesis is taking place. Or you see a huge tree, as huge as a big banana tree, even in it, photosynthesis is taking place. In an algae, photosynthesis takes place. So, the organism or the plant which is just lying out there, but it is carrying out such a big reaction in a way, such a complex reaction that it's indeed amazing. So let us try to understand how these events happen. Now, first, the process of photosynthesis. Now, what happens? This is a plant, as you can see, the underground part, which is the roots, the above ground part, which are the stem, the shoot, as well as the leaves. Now, shoot and leaves, that is the shoot part, the entire above ground part, it is usually green in color. Green in color due to presence of a pigment, which is known as chlorophyll. Now, what happens? Sunlight, it reaches up to these green parts of the plant and it's taken up. The sunlight, that energy, this photons of energy, it is picked up by the chlorophyll in these leaves. Also, these leaves or the shoot part, also it helps in taking up of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Through what? Through the stomata. It is absorbed. Then, with the help of this energy which they got from sunlight, the carbon dioxide which is present inside which they have absorbed, this carbon dioxide will react with water. From where? Water is in the soil and the roots have taken up the water. This water travels up to these leaves or these green parts. So here, water has reached, carbon dioxide has come, reaction takes place, and ultimately what is formed, the reaction result is sugar. When we say sugar, sugar means glucose. This is glucose. Okay, this is sugar. So here, sugar is formed, sugar is resulted after the reaction between this carbon dioxide and water. Then, as a byproduct, what is released? As a byproduct, oxygen is released out. After the production of sugar, also there is release of oxygen as a byproduct. As a product, it is released into the atmosphere and that oxygen we are breathing. So, this is basically the process of photosynthesis. Now, as I've already mentioned, the chemical energy which will be formed out of the light energy will react with will help in converting carbon dioxide to sugar. Now, in 4 steps, the entire process has been summarized. You can say this is a leaf. This is a leaf. This is the internal structure of the leaf. The internal structure of the leaf. Now, leaves, these veins are there. Okay, so this is the veins. These veins, what is it actually? These are the vascular tissues which is made up of xylem and phloem. These veins in the midrib which you see in the leaves, or the lateral leaves veins that you see in the leaves, they are actually made up of xylem and phloem. Xylem which will transport water from the roots to the parts of the leaf, and phloem which will transport food. This we will come to later. Okay, now this is the internal structure. Now these are what the cellular structures will show us, that there are chloroplasts or plastids which are present. Chloroplasts which are present in the cells of the leaves. The leaves, the undersurface as well as the above surface, the epidermis, they have stomata. They have stomata. You can see these are very tiny pores present on the leaves. Now, so what will happen? From the sun, the light energy is trapped by the chloroplast. Chloroplast which contains the chlorophyll. They trap the sunlight. Then water enters the leaf through the roots. The water enters along the xylem. Water has reached the cells, the individual cells. Then carbon dioxide enters the leaf through the stomata. It also reaches the chloroplast. So in the chloroplast, what is present now? Light energy which has been converted to chemical energy, water which has been transported through the xylem from the roots, carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, it has reached here. So everything is here now. Reaction takes place, and then what is formed? Sugar. Here sugar will be formed, and then sugar is transported through the phloem. It is transported, this white has been shown as the phloem. Okay, it leaves the leaf to different parts of the plant. So this is how photosynthesis takes place in the leaves. Now the site of photosynthesis. Where does photosynthesis actually occur? Now already you are familiar, it occurs in the leaves. In the leaves, the cross section of the leaves, they show, okay, here you can see this is a cross section of the leaf. You have this is the vein, okay, the xylem and phloem. This is the surface, okay, this is the surface layer which has the stomata, and inside there are the cells. These are mesophyll cells. So leaves are basically made up of mesophyll cells with the xylem and phloem showing as veins. These are the veins which has the xylem and phloem, and the green part that you see, these are actually the mesophyll cells. Then the upper surface as well as the lowermost surface, they have these tiny pores which are called as stomata. So the stomata helps in taking in of carbon dioxide, giving out of oxygen. The veins, they help in transport of water as well as the prepared food material. Then the mesophyll cell has been enlarged here. You can see this is a single mesophyll cell which has abundance of chloroplast. Each chloroplast has abundance of chlorophyll which will help in absorption of light. And that is why what happens, each chloroplast, they appear very green, or as a whole the mesophyll cell appears green in color. Then each chloroplast. So here this is a chloroplast. Okay, this is a chloroplast. Even this is a chloroplast. This is an electron micrograph this is a photograph, electron microscopy. Now here this is a diagrammatic view. You can see this is a chloroplast. It is a double membrane structure, outer membrane and inner membrane, and inside it is filled with stroma, a fluid which is called as stroma, and they have these green stacks of thylakoids. This individual one, these are called as thylakoids, and the entire stack is known as granum or grana. Then in the grana, they are also interconnected by stroma lamellae. So this is the entire structure of the chloroplast. This portion has been cut out just to show us, reveal us how it looks internally. So this is the structure of the chloroplast. So it's very important that we understand the structure of chloroplast very well, so that our understanding of the process of photosynthesis becomes easier. So this entire concept, where it is taking place inside the mesophyll cells of the leaves and the chloroplast of the leaves, which has the grana and the stroma. So this is the site of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis again can be divided into the reaction. For our easy understanding, we can divide into two parts: light by or photochemical reaction and dark or biochemical reaction. In photochemical reaction, absorption of light energy will take place and conversion to chemical energy. And in biochemical, the conversion of carbon dioxide to the glucose, it will take place. So next lecture we will be moving towards light reaction.